Hey guys, welcome to the Jonah.
and Bentley Show. Hey guys, we just want to start this show off with listing a couple of our goals. And I think a big main one is leading as many people as we can to Jesus.
I think the second one is to get to know you guys, and we're gonna share our testimonies, and it's just to get to know our community.
And I think the third and final one is just building a presence of God that you guys can connect to us and as a community because we are the church. The building is not the church. So let's make a church together.
So I think in this show, I think all we're gonna do is really just share our testimonies, and so you guys can get to know us, and so you can know us on a more personal level. And I'm gonna start off back in pre 2022. Actually, it was throughout all 2022. I was struggling to know what I believed in. And it was like a year of just searching and trying to find what it was. And I think for our generation, I think that's a big thing is we're trying to find something to fill the hole that only God can fill. And I started going to youth in 2022, probably November. And I would kick and scream every time I got out of the car because I just didn't want to do it. It was just there's something inside of me that was just this is not it. I don't want this. Because my parents are worship leaders and I grew up in the church, but it didn't seem right to me. You know what I mean? So I started coming to youth, and really I didn't know anybody. It was hard because I didn't talk, and it was just this is not for me. But the thing about it was I knew so much about the Bible, and I knew so much. I was book smart to where people wouldn't even question if I really believed, because I don't really, to be honest with you, I don't think I did. And I think that's the problem. That's one of the main problems that we have is just we don't even question. We don't even talk to people, ask if they're okay or not.
Yeah.
We just they're good, they probably read the Bible today. And it's just I think we need to start talking to people more. I think we're starting to get more personal with people because that's how the body of Christ grows. So I went to this thing. Well, I didn't want to go, but my parents forced me to go, and I was crying, I was screaming, and it's called Ramp, and it's a conference in Tennessee, and it's just a conference led by Karen Wheaton and a couple other crazy people, and basically their goal is to just get as many teens. It's just to reach the teenagers.
Yeah.
And I went, and it was just there's 3 days, and on the first day there's one service, second day there's 3 services, and the third day there's 3 services as well. And on the third day, the third service goes into midnight, so we celebrate the new year because it goes from the 31st and the 1st of January, so we celebrate the new year together. And for the first 3 days, into the third day, I was these people are crazy. I remember, the bridge to day and night, night and day, let incense arise.
Yeah.
I remember standing there, and people, no joke, it felt like people were singing that for half an hour. And I was these people are crazy.
Yeah.
I was what the heck is going on? This is not it. But the last night, I walked in, and I was I had these two friends, really, Gabe and Logan. And I walked up to him, and I was something is, I can feel something here. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew you could just feel it. It was just it was like a blanket.
Mm-hmm.
And I knew that I didn't know what was here, but I knew that there was something here, and it was intriguing me because it was interesting. I've never felt something like this before. So we go into it, and the service is great, and man, I'm crying, and I'm on the floor, and I'm worshiping like I never have before. And my youth pastor comes up to me, and she starts praying for me, and she looks at me, and she says, "Jonah, I need you to be honest with me." And I was okay. And she's "You've been doubting God, haven't you?" And I just I broke because I was I had never told anybody that, and I thought that nobody would even find out because it seemed to me nobody cared.
Yeah.
It seemed to me everybody thought I was okay, so I'm just gonna pretend I'm okay. And I thought I was doing a good job at it, but apparently I wasn't doing good enough. Because she knew, and she told me, and I was oh my goodness. I was there's only one way that somebody can know something like that, and it has to be from God.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just in awe in wonder, and I was like, if that's such a little thing, but to me it was the biggest thing, because it was like, if God cares that much about me, then maybe this is something worth trying out. Maybe this is something worth sticking to. So, man, it was so incredible. The encounter that I had, it was just like, I came after the service had ended. We had one of the people that were like helping us out, that were like, they were in one of the dorms. He called us all the boys together in one dorm, and he's like, I don't want this. This is what he told us. He said, I don't want this to stay here. He said, when we come back, because before, you weren't here whenever this happened, but before ramp, 2022 ramp, the youth would stand back in the back of the church where we congregate, like at the beginning of the service. We would stand back there, and that's where we would worship. So it was Matt. You know Matt?
Yeah, not wrong.
He came up to us, or we all congregated in the room, and he was like, I don't want this to stay here. And he's like, what I challenge you to do, and what this is, I feel like what God's telling me, is when we come back to church, I want you guys to get in the front, and I want you guys to worship in the front. So we're like, okay. And ever since then, that's why we worship in the front, is because we had a meeting, and we had all felt like that we couldn't keep this at ramp. And I think that's the problem with Christians, is that we don't bring the fire with us. We don't bring what God has given with us.
Yeah.
So that's why we worship in the front, is because we had a meeting and we decided that this is what was going to happen. And we wanted everybody around us to know that we had been changed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I've been on fire ever since, I mean, it's been off and on, but whenever it's off, you just got to turn it back on. You know what I mean? Like, because it's just like, when you're in the valley, you just gotta look for the mountain, because the valley it's hard, but it's always up from there. So yeah,
whenever you hit rock bottom, the only place you can go is up.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's awesome, dude. I know I've heard it multiple times, your testimony, but I feel like me and you come from a lot of the same place.
Yeah,
and I think me and you connect a lot in that same way. There's just like little tweaks on and off in the thing, because we're different people. But where mine starts is as a little kid. I grew up in church. My family was in church my whole life, and it was like, I just kind of went with the flow. I didn't really think anything of it. I knew the 4 basic stories, like David and Goliath, just the simple stories, and I was just like, this is good. This is what's gonna get me to heaven. Like I can get there, because if that's what my parents are doing, then that's what I can do, and that's what's gonna get me there. But there's so much more deeper.
Yeah.
And it's like, I didn't understand that, because my parents were deeper than I was. I was like, I got this. I got this in the bag. I'm going to heaven. And it was around 5th grade. 5th grade, I moved to a different elementary school, and I met these new people. They definitely weren't the people that I should have been around at that time.
Yeah.
It was it was not a great environment, like what they made, the jokes and the things they said. Once I moved schools, making new friends wasn't easy.
Yeah.
It was because I knew that something was off, but at the same time I didn't care, because I just wanted to fit in. I wanted to be like everybody else.
Yeah.
So I would see the other people were making dirty jokes and cussing and doing these things. It's just like, if that's what's going to get me a friend, if that's what's going to get me to fit in, then I want to do that too.
Yeah, I did the same thing.
So I started cussing. I started making these terrible jokes about just like dirty and perverted stuff all the time, just to get a laugh from other people, just to have a relationship with these other people. But that's not what a relationship is about.
Yeah.
But moving on, we get to 6th grade, and it really only gets worse. Like, it's just like, now every elementary school is together, because there's 3 elementary schools, and they come together in middle school, and it just like they just all went downhill.
Yeah.
Like their friends became my friends. The friends that I had before became friends with the people that I was friends with now. So then they started to become that way. So it's like nobody was there to build me up.
Yeah.
And it's like at the time I didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
At the time I didn't know.
Yeah.
And it was the same grade, 5th grade. I came to Open Door,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the kids' church. And I mean,
Yeah.
I was a leader in the kids' church.
Yeah.
I was there. I was doing the dances. I was making myself a leader whenever I didn't even know what I was trying to make these kids
Mm-hmm.
like lead these kids to.
Yeah.
I just wanted to be. I was trying to fit in 2 different places.
Mm-hmm.
So I was in church and I was worshiping. I was jumping around. And I was doing all the dances that we do at our church in the youth, or no, not the youth, kids building.
Mm-hmm.
And then I would go to school and keep doing the same things that
Yeah.
everybody else was doing. And it was in 7th grade, 2023, where the first half it was the worst it was. And it was like I started going to youth around November of that year, to 2023, so pretty much a year right after you.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it was just like I didn't want to be there.
Yeah.
I wanted to stay in the kids' church because that was the one place that I felt welcome in the church. It was the one place where I could fit in without having to be different.
Yeah.
I could just be my same self, but just tone it back a couple.
Right.
Like I could still be this person where I'm like, I'm still trying to be stupid, but at the same time, I'm just like, I'm not cussing and I'm not making dirty jokes.
Yeah.
And it's just like I got in this place where I was like in a ping pong match. Like it was just like I was the ball and I was just like bouncing back and forth to these different personalities, to this different person. Like I wasn't even the same person from church than I was to school.
Yeah.
Like it was just not the same at all. And it was so I went to youth a couple times in November and I was like, this ain't it. I don't want to be here at all.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure it was the Christmas party for youth that it was like the first time I ever talked to anybody.
The Christmas party was fun. I remember.
And it was we were home alone.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
the pizza guy.
Yeah, I was Buzz.
Yeah.
And it was just like I talked, but I just didn't feel a connection with anybody. I was like, this is stupid.
Yeah, that's
Like nobody here even likes me. Like I can tell.
that is our fault, and you always bring that up.
I will always say that
nobody liked me.
I will always say that the first time I ever went to youth, none of you guys liked me.
And
I'll always say it.
We should have, like, as a group, that's really our fault. We should have been more inviting. We should have been kinder and better to you.
Yeah, but
I'll take the blame for that.
It is what it is. But we're here now. But
yeah.
Yeah. Now we're in December. We just got done with the Christmas party, and then they start talking about Ramp, and it's just like everybody's like, "Dude, Ramp is awesome. You need to go." And I'm like, "Why? Like why? Like why do I need to go to this? There's no way it's that serious." And then my parents were like, "Come on, we have became friends because our youth pastor and my mom went to this like Tuesday school together, like it was like a Bible school.
Mm-hmm.
And like we became good friends with him. Like we should all go to this." And I'm like, no, we shouldn't. Like
Yeah.
this is nobody even likes me there in the first place. Like why would I need to go to this conference that's 6 hours away with them?
Yeah.
And it's just like I was like, all right, whatever. So we go, and it's like it's the same conference Ramp that we went to.
Mm-hmm.
So everything that he just said earlier is the same criteria with what I went to. And it was just I got to ride with my parents, so I didn't have to ride in the bus like I did my second year.
Yeah.
But
the bus is so bad.
Probably with my parents probably made it worse because I was just taking myself away from everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll always remember this, and I feel like I should always put this in a part of my testimony, even though it has nothing to do with it.
All right.
But we stopped at a McDonald's, and the first person I think I ever had a real conversation with was Izzy.
Yeah.
And I just like sat down and I was like, "What's up, Izzy?" He's like, hey. I was like, how are you? And he's like, I'm doing pretty good. And he still to this day says that the first time that I ever talked to him at that McDonald's, he didn't know who I was.
Didn't you put your phone or put your name in his phone as like church best friend or
Yes,
something?
yes. And we just talked the day before, and I was like, dude, this guy's my best friend. Like, I love this guy. And it was just like, I talked to him, and like to this day, he's like, I didn't even know your name. Like, it was like he was like, whatever you came up and said, "What's up, Izzy?" He was like, I felt so bad because I had no idea who you were. I was like, oh well, whatever. Love you too, I guess. Like, geez. And it was just like he was the first person I ever talked to. And me and him just like he's gone now, but he's not dead. But he moved. He moved. He's just not. He's not. Hey, he's not here anymore. He's in a different state.
Yeah.
But definitely miss him a lot. But now back to my story. I kind of got sidetracked, but um, so we're there. I mean, the first service, I didn't really expect anything. I was like, here we go. Let's just sit crisscross applesauce on this hard floor for 3 hours for the next couple of days. This is going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we're sitting there, and I'm just like, okay, I've done it long enough. Might as well just like fake my way through this too.
Yeah.
I'll just raise my hands and jump around like everybody else. Like I wasn't, because still like my only goal was to fit in.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody else was jumping around, so I was like, all right, let's do this. Yeah. And I just put on that mask of I am a Christian. But deep down, I didn't know who. I didn't truly know who God was until that encounter.
That's good.
I didn't truly know who my parents worshipped, who I was worshiping, until he pulled me up and said, come back home.
Yeah, that's good.
And it was just like a tug in my heart on the third night, last service.
It's always the last service.
It's always the last service. And that's the one that goes to the new year. And I don't remember the song like you do. I don't remember what song was playing, but I mean, they just play worship music for like 5 hours straight. I mean, it could have been any worship song that you could look up right now on Apple Music or Spotify. It was one of the freaking thousands because they just be playing them all.
Yeah.
But I remember I was just like worshiping, and I was crying, but I was like, because it was just like a heaviness just fell on me, and I just started crying.
Yeah.
I'm like, what is happening? And I just like, I remember the same youth pastor that talked. No, the other one. The husband.
Mm-hmm.
The husband came over and just like puts his hand on my head. And I just remember just complete everything about me, every burden, every weight, everything off my shoulders just broke off. Every chain just broke off of me and I couldn't even stand anymore. Like it was just the weight of the Holy Spirit just hit me like a truck.
Man.
I mean, it just like, and I was just gone.
Yeah.
I started falling. I'm pretty sure Logan caught me because I remember feeling his hair. I don't know. I just like feel his hair just like as I'm like falling down, and it's just like it was insane. I just remember I just like sat there and cried for probably 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I remember there was I'm pretty sure I don't remember if this was my first or second rant, but there was a kid who like runs up to me and he's like, and I'm like sitting there crying and he goes, "Hey, can I pray for you?" And I was like, yeah, go ahead. Like I don't even know who the kid is. Man, yeah. And I mean, he just starts speaking in tongues just over me. And just like his brother comes over too. And they just like lay their hands on me. And it was just like the amount of joy, the amount of peace, the amount of love that I never, ever felt in my entire life. Like adding on to what already happened to them, just like speaking over me. With me not even knowing what they're saying. It was just like so powerful. Yeah. And I just remember just laying there crying. Just in awe of what just happened.
That's how the body of Christ should be.
Exactly.
We should build each other up.
And it was just like, and I think that's why brotherlyhood is so important.
Yeah.
It is so important for building each other up, holding each other accountable. Because without a person to hold you accountable, it's impossible to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, it is.
Because, yes, we can trust on God, but at the same time, without a brother to lift you up at the same time, because without somebody to be like, hey, read your Bible today. Hey, did you pray today? Hey, are you good?
Mm-hmm.
It's just like having somebody to just be there is so important.
It's so encouraging.
100%. Like, because, like, for you, for example, like, if I didn't have you to be like, every once in a while, I would just be like, hey, are you good?
Yeah.
Or our youth pastors. I think our youth pastors hold us accountable more than anybody else in the entire world.
100%.
Because they just, like, they know us on a more personal level that, like, you wouldn't even expect.
Well, I think it's not just that. I think they know the spirit on a more personal level to where they can tell if something's up.
Yeah.
It's just like there's like an alarm that just goes off in their head. Like I need to talk to him. You know what I mean?
And I mean, it was just the other day. It was a couple of weekends ago on a Sunday night. And I remember we were just praying. Like, it was just like a prayer service. And everybody was just like in this presence of God because I think it was me, Gabe, Cooper, and
I know what you're talking
Lily.
about. Yeah.
You weren't there that day.
I know, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. And we were all leading worship, and it was just a great time. And all of a sudden, they just give an altar call, an altar call, and just like there was like whoever needs to pray for an awakening, for a renewing of a fire, then come up to the front. Mm-hmm. And I just like took my guitar off, and I was like, I can't sit up here and try to lead worship whenever I'm not in it myself.
Mm-hmm. Man.
So I just like went up. It was like, I'm kind of going off track here, but at the same time, it's going to come back around. And it was like Bree comes up to me, and she's just like, she goes, I remember little you. And immediately I just started bawling. She goes, I remember seeing little you every Sunday. No matter the circumstance, no matter what's going on, you came up to the front and said yes every weekend. Even if you failed, even if you stopped reading your Bible, even if you stopped worshiping, it was in every week. She goes, I remember you saying yes and crying at that altar every weekend.
Yeah.
And she just said, you need to have that faith again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And even if you fail, you don't give up.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you stop, you don't stop.
Yeah.
It's just a drive and a hunger for something to fill the hole that only God can fill. Yeah. And it's just, she was like, I just remember you saying yes, and then whenever you finally got that calling at Ramp, she said, you ran to me. I ran to her, she said, and she goes, and I told her that God told me that I was a warrior.
Come on now.
And she was like, and I never want you to forget that, because I will vividly remember the day that you came to me and told me that you were a warrior and that God called you to be a warrior. And she's like, because you are.
Yep.
And I mean, it just broke me. And I was like, it just takes you to this place of reflection of like, where did I go wrong?
Complacency is the water that takes fires out.
100%.
And it's just, we get okay with being in this stagnant place. It's just like, yeah, I mean, we're saved. I've been down this road before. Like, it's all right. And then we don't realize it, but our fire is slowly dying out.
Exactly.
And I think everybody's been there. I mean, it's hard to not be there. 100%. But it's just like, I think it's how you respond that gets your fire bigger than it ever has been.
Exactly. And it's like, your fire will never come back smaller than it started.
Yeah, 100%.
there's always going to be those little sparks that, like, even after a fire dies, there's still a spark that if you blow on it, it will spark that flame again.
Yeah.
And it's just like, but a blow isn't going to get the job done.
No way.
A blow isn't going to get you through the day. A blow isn't going to get you through the week.
Yeah.
And it's surely not going to get you from ramp to ramp.
No, dude.
And it's like, the more that people think that reading your Bible once a week, worshiping once a week, it's
not gonna.
It's an everyday
Yeah.
battle, because it's not easy. Nobody said it's easy.
Mm-mm.
Nobody said it was just a walk in the park.
Nope.
It is a all-out brawl with you and your flesh every day. And it's like, it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
And it's like, not only having a person to hold you accountable, but having discipline. I know I struggle with that. That's something that I struggle with, is discipline. Yeah. Staying into it, even whenever it's hard, because, I mean, I get busy.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
does.
I just don't, like, I just, like, sometimes lose that hunger to want. And it's like, it's hard. But I just want everybody to know that God's hand is always open. His arms are always open. To where, if you are in that place, just call on his name, and he will be there. Because I've been there, he's been there, and it's just like, the more that you lead with humility and less pride.
Yeah.
Don't lead with pride.
That's good.
Good. I don't want you guys to think, and I don't want us to be in the mindset of, just because we're doing this podcast means that we're awesome.
Trust me, I am nowhere close to perfect.
We still struggle. We still fall. But we want you guys to... We learn from our youth pastors' mistakes. They tell us things that they go through, and we're like, okay. Like, things that can be broken off is just, like, huge. Mm-hmm. Like, the more that you can just be like, I don't want this in my life. I need Jesus. Yeah. And sometimes just saying his name can just break chains. Yeah. And just take off burdens. 100%. Whenever you have nothing else to say.
Just Jesus.
Yeah. But anyways, I've been talking for a while. I'll let you take over for a little bit.
Well, I think, I don't know. You didn't want to just end it? You want to end it with, like, maybe a funny story?
I know something from my first rant between me and you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to, like, you want me to do it or you want to do it?
I feel like we can bounce back and forth.
All right. So, I'll start with my part. You start with yours.
Yeah.
So, first, man, dude, I tell you what. The second rant, it's gotten better every year. 100%. In my second year, I was just like, because I was really distracted, I'm going to be honest. It's like, and I think the difference between the first and the second year is like,
because you know what can happen.
Yeah,
that's how it felt for me.
But I think at the same time, like, the expectancy, it can get to you, because like, it's like, I'm not going to put any work now because I know what can happen. No, you still have to put in the work. And I think I was getting distracted, and not only was I getting distracted, but I was getting complacent in I was just like, oh, it's going to happen anyway. So I was just like, God, just take it from me. I'm done. I don't want any distractions. And I was just like, I told him, I said, I want to be slain in the spirit. Literally 30 seconds after I prayed that, Josh walks up to me, and I started crying. As soon as I saw him, I started crying. I was like, oh my goodness. He lays his hand on me, and literally like 30 seconds later, I'm on the ground.
Yeah. and it's like, this was the same year that I got saved. Mm-hmm. And it was literally, I'm pretty sure he went to you, and then me and you were already beside each other.
Yeah.
And he just went straight to me. And like, Josh was the youth pastor that prayed over me. And it was just whenever that first encounter, and it just hit me. And I just got slain in the spirit. And it was like what I was talking about earlier, where I was just like laying there. And then all of a sudden, like, Jonah's already up. Like,
I sat up.
Sitting up.
Yeah. I sat up.
And I just I sit up like very slowly, and I look over.
And I look over at him, and I say, welcome to the floor.
And it's just like,
And we both looked at each other and we lost
like
it.
we just gonna start losing. And like that's really where our relation, like
our friendship, that's where it
started.
started. Yeah. It started on the floor.
It's just like we both just like both got slain
because it was the joy of the Lord.
Yeah.
I mean, like there was no reason we should have laughed that hard.
No.
It was.
Like, it should have just been all tears and just like. And it was just like Joe was just like, welcome to the floor.
And we absolutely.
It was just like, bro.
It was the funniest thing ever, but it was because we were just nothing else mattered but God.
Exactly.
And we were so at that point we were so out of it and in tune with God. It was just like, man.
It's literally like being drunk with the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
Like you just like don't give a care about anything in the world but
it
God.
was just,
You're just
yeah.
like, this is what we should walk with every day of our life.
Mm-hmm.
Like no day should be different than ramp.
Yeah.
Even though it's hard because ramp is amazing. Ramp is hype, but
we are the ramp.
Your relationship with God isn't hype.
Yeah.
It's strength, building a foundation,
mm-hmm.
fighting, battling. But I mean, yeah, it's been ever since that day I got your number and our phones have been saved as my floor brother.
Yeah.
Ever since.
And
the past 2 years now.
Yeah.
Almost 3. That is insane.
It's almost 3. This is my 4th ramp. We're going on my 4th ramp.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Almost 3 years.
It's just like, man, it's crazy. And Psalm 118:24, it says, "This is the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it." And I think just that laughter and that joy that we had, I think we need to find a way, like as Christians, we need to find a way to take it into every day.
Yeah.
And I think even David, the one that wrote it, he's a perfect example. Like he had every excuse to be depressed and angry and sad. This is what our youth pastor was talking about when you weren't. It was this Sunday. She was like, David had any reason to be sad, to be mad, but in some of the Psalms he started out sad, but he always made a way to turn it into something joyful and happy because God should be our source of our emotion. We shouldn't have emotion like the world has emotion. Our emotion should be based on God.
Yeah.
So yeah, and I think we should carry that emotion every day. We should be joyful every day, and people should wonder why we have it. And we're like, Tim.
And just like taking it into it every day, and even if like you're in a relationship, taking that into your relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Like love is not lustful.
Yeah.
Love is
no
not
way. It does not envy.
Yes. Like it is patient. It is kind.
Love is patient. Love is kind.
Like
yeah.
In a relationship, in your friendships, and with your family, you should feel comfortable. And I feel like nobody's the same.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has different relationships. Everybody has different families. But it's just like love should be a comfortable place.
Yeah.
Love should be a feeling of safe and just, I don't know how to explain it.
Love is the bloodstained cross that hung on Golgotha. That's what love should be.
Exactly.
No greater love than this is one to lay down his life for his friends.
Exactly. So, should we tell another funny story from last ramp, or should we keep that until?
I think we should do one funny story every episode. Because there's a lot.
Once we get into next ramp with funny stories, I hate to leave you guys on like a little foreshadow here, on a little cliffhanger. That's the word.
Which one are you thinking of?
Just that whole last night of.
Oh my God.
That whole last night.
It was so bad.
So I think we're done.
And yeah, but one more thing I want to touch up on is this ramp. It's next month, and I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take little clips of it. We're gonna post little clips on YouTube. We're gonna talk a little bit about it, and that's it. So I'm Jonah,
and I'm Bentley,
and this is the Jonah
and Bentley Show. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys for watching.